Hare Krishna. Jai Shishi Guru Garanga Gandhar Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupad Shuttara Shutta Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shila Guru Dev ki Jai Nityal Pravishtam Vishnupad Shuttara Shutta Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki Jai Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shmar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shutarashita Shmar Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keśava Gosvāmī Mj Srila Param Gurudeva Ki Jai Jai Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadasa Raghunath Shard Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai Nama Jai Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Kshetra Mandal Gaura Mandal Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Sarva Abhishta Pradati Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Damodar Ki Jai Shri Yashoda Damodar Ki Jai Jai Shri Kartik Vrat Niyam Seva Ki Jai Urja Vrat Ki Jai Urjeshwari Raseshwari Shri Vishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranams. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna get a gumsha so that she doesn't ruin my dhoti. I'll be right back. All right, let's begin. All right, Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavat Pranams. Um, all right, Hare Krishna. So, welcome to day 2 of our Kārtika program. I have a question for everybody. I guess I'll put it in the chat. But every day we're going through the Swaniyam Dvadashakam and Swaniyam Dashakam. And then the Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam. That's going to be our daily Kārtika program. And as I mentioned yesterday, this is just a supplement to whatever program, like the main program that you're doing. It's not meant to be a full Kārtika program. This is just a little extra add-on to your own Kārtika Vrat. But should we do the stotrams at the beginning or at the ends? That's what I want to know. Because I know today's program, like yesterday, is going to be a bit longer because there are so many glorifications of Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, sorry, of our Param Gurudev Śrīla Bhakti Keśava Gosvāmī Mj. Yeah, and so it's going to take a little while to get through. I'm not going to read everything. Sorry. I'm not going to read everything, but yeah, we'll just have to pick and choose things to read. But we're going to read Glorifications today by Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Śrīla Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj, Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, and my Śrīla Gurudev. So if we have the stotrams at the beginning, then it'll be a lot easier for everybody to follow that stotram part of the program. But also some people might be more interested in joining just the reading, because I know many devotees won't be able to stay for the whole thing. So anyhow, I'm just going to start with the stotrams for today, and then I'll put I'll make a poll in our WhatsApp group, and then everybody can decide. So, all right. Let me share my screen. Go to vineofdevotion.com. Oh, and Dandavat Pranams. Let's see, Satya Mataji, Jugal Kishore Kishori Didi, Sarveshwari Mataji, Krishna Mai Didi, Gokuleshwari Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, and I see there are a few devotees on YouTube and Facebook. Who is there? Oh, just give me 1 second. This will really take 1 second. I just got a call. Once. All right, sorry. I've been doing a lot of these focus things. I'm using an app called Groove right now, and anyhow, I forgot about the time. Like I shouldn't have started it so late. All right. So okay, let's begin going through the stotrams. Today I'm just going to recite the stotrams. We won't be going through the meaning. We'll start going through the meanings tomorrow. Vineofdevotion.com. And Dandavat Pranams, everybody watching on YouTube and Facebook. Hari Bol. Okay. So yeah, if you want to find the words to these, you can go to my website, Vine of Devotion, and they're at the top there, at the top of the screen right here. Okay. Actually, just so that you don't have to see the subscribe button, I'm going to copy this onto a Word doc. Dude, chill out, man. Shamli's very aggressively looking at me right now. Okay. Okay, I'm putting it on a Word doc. There, now I have more control. Oh. There, now I'm making it nice and big. Let's begin. Okay, so the Swaniyam Dwadashakam by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And by the end of this program, I'm hoping, because I'm going to explain the meanings of everything, so I'm hoping that all the words will become clear, so that when you're singing them, you're not just singing random Sanskrit words, but you actually have a meditation. You know exactly what you're singing. And, all right. Oh, Gokuleshwari Didi, you have your hand raised?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, there is some sort of background music that is coming.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Oh, wait, what's up? Okay, yeah, I'll shut that off. I forgot about that. Okay, there. Now that's gone. All right. Let me just make this calibrate. That's the easiest font to read. Okay. So Swanyam Dadashakam by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Guru Shri Gaurange Tadudita Subhakti Prakarane Shachi Sunor Lila Vikasita Sutirte Nijamano Harer Namne Preshte हरितिति शुरूपानुगजने शुकप्रोक्ते शास्त्रे प्रतिजानीममस्तं खलु रति सदा वृन्दारण्ये मधुररसधन्ये रसमय परं शक्तिं राधां परमरसमूर्तिं रमयति स चैवायं कृष्णो निजभजनमुद्रान् उपदिशन् शचीसूनुर्गोडे प्रतिजानीममास्तं प्रभुवर न वैराग्यं ग्राह्यं भवति न हि यर्भक्तिजनितं तथा ज्ञानं भानं चित्ति यदि विशेषं न मनुते स्पृहा मे नाष्टाङ्गे हरिभजनसौख्यं न हि यतस् ततो राधा कृष्ण प्रचुरपरिचर्या भवतु मे कुटीरेऽपि क्षुद्रे व्रजभजनयोगे तरुतले शचीसूनुस्तीर्थे भवतु नितरां मे निवसति न चान्यत्र क्षेत्रे विबुधगणसेव्ये पुलकितो वसामि प्रासादे विपुलधनराजान्वित इह न वर्णे शक्तिर्मे न खलु ममता ह्याश्रमविधौ न धर्मे न धर्मे मम रतिरिहास्ते क्वचिरपि परं तत्तद्धर्मे मम जरशरीरे धृतमिदम् अतो धर्मान् सर्वान् शुभजनसहायान् अभिलषे सुदैन्यं सारल्यं सकलसहनं मानददनं दयं स्वीकृत्य श्री हरिचरणसेवा मम तप सदाचारो सौमे प्रभुपरपरार्या समुदिता प्रभुश्चैतन्यस्याक्षयचरितपीयूषकृतिषु न वैकुण्ठे राज्ये न च विषयकार्ये मम रतिर् न निर्वाणे मोक्षे मम मतिरिहास्ते क्षणमपि प्रजानन्दारण्यार्धरिविलसितं पावनमपि कथञ्चिन्मां राधान्वयविरहितं नो सुखयति न मे पत्नी कन्या तनयजननी बन्धुनिचया हरो भक्ते भक्तो न खलु यदि तेषां सुममता अभक्तानाम् अन्नग्रहण अपि दोषो विषयिणम् कथं तेषां सङ्गार् भजनसिद्धिर्भवति मे असत्तर्कर अन्धान् जरसुखपरान् कृष्णविमुखान् कुनिर्वाणासक्तान् सततमतिदूरे परिहरान् अराधां गोविन्दं भजति नितरां दाम्भिकतया तरभ्यासे किन्तु क्षणमपि नयामि व्रतमिदम् प्रसादान्न क्षीराशनवसनपात्रादिविरहम् पदार्थनिर्वाह्य व्यवहृतमसङ्गपुविषये वसन् ईशा क्षेत्रे Yugala bhajanananditamanas tanung mokshe kale yuga paraparanang padatale shachi sunoragya grahana chaturo yo vrajavane Pararadyang radham bhajati nitarang Krishna rasikam ahang te tat padam ritam naishtikamana paheyang vaipitva sharasi chamuda sannati yuta Harirdasyam dharmo mama tu chirakalang prakritito mahamaya yogar abhinipatita sorry, mahayogar mahamaya yogar abhinipatita dukha jalado ito yasyam yurdvang swaniyamasuratya pratidinam sahayo me matram vitata dalani vaishnava kripa kritam kenapyetar sabhajana vido swam niyamakam Patedyo Vishraddha Priya Yugala Ruper Pitamana Praje Radha Krishna Bhajati Kila Samprapya Nilayam Swamanjarya Paschat Vivida Varivasyam Sakurute. I'll just read the benediction for singing this every day. Anyone who, with strong faith, recites these self-imposed rules composed by a worthless soul and offers their heart to Jugal Roop, that refers to Sri Gaurasundar, who is the combined form of Radha and Krishna, or to their dear Sri Rupa, that person will surely attain a place in Vrajadam, perform bhajan of Shri Radha Krishna, and, following their manjari, engage in various services. That. Sorry, this will take 1 second. There's one emergency thing I forgot about. Somebody coming to Vrindavan. I just need to make sure they got this laptop before they go. This will take 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Okay, done. Sorry. Hey, he's trying to eat me. All right, now starting the Yugal Kishore Ashtakam. Sorry, Swaniyam Dashakam. Okay. This is the second time I've ever recited this. And first time was yesterday, so I might mess up a lot again. Okay. Guru mantre namni Prabhu Varashachi Garbha Japade Sarupe Shri Rupe Kana Yujita Diya Pratamaje Tirindre Gandharva Sarasi Madhupuryam Vrajavane Raje Bhakte Goshtalayishu Paramastang Mamarati Sada Radha Krishna Chaladatu Lakela Stala Yugam Rajam Santya Jaitar Yuga Virahito Pitrutimapi Punardvara Vatyam Yadupatimapi Prodavibhavai Spurantang Tarvacha Pichanahi Chalang Mikshitumapi Katon Madhai Radha Spurati harina shlishta hridaya Sputam dvaravatyam iti yadi shrinomi shruti tate Tadaham tatraivo dhatamati patami vrajapurat Samudya swanta dhikagati khagendra dapijavat Anadi sadhirva paturati mriduva pratipada Pramilat karunya praguna karunahina itiva Mahavaikuntesha dika iha narova brajapater Ayam sunur goshte pratijani mamastam prabhuvara Ajande radhete spurada bidhaya sikta jananya Naya sakham krishnam bhajati ya iha prema namita param prakshalyatach charana kamale taj jalamaho muda pitva shashvach chirasischavahami pratidinam परित्यक्ता प्रेयो जनसमुदायार्बाधमसुधीर् तुरन्धो निरन्ध्रं कदा न भरवार्धो निपतिता तृणां दान्तार्दृष्ट्वा चटुभिरभियाच्छेद्य कृपया स्वयं श्रीगन्धर्वा स्वपदनलिनान्तं नयतु मम व्रजोत्पन्नक्षीराशनवसनपात्रादिभिरहं पदार्थार्निर्वाह्य व्यवहृतिमब्दं संनियमा Vasami Shakunde Girikulavare Chaiva Samaye Marishyetu Preshte Shirasi Kalu Jiva Dipuruta Spura Lakshmi. Oh, I found out what the problem was with this one. It says Lakshmi twice here. There. Okay. Spura Lakshmi Lakshmi Vraja Vijayi Lakshmi Bharalasar Vapushi Gandharva Smaranikara Devyar Giribhrito Vidasye Kunjado Vivida Varivasya Sarabhasam Rahashi Rupakya Priyatama Janasyaiva Charama Kritam Kenapyetan Nija Niyama Sangsi Stavamimam Patedyo Vishraddha Priya Yugala Ruper Pitamana Tridam Goshte Hrishto Vasati Vasating Prapya Samaye Muda Radha Krishna Bhajati Sahitenaiva Sahita. Let's read the root for reciting this Swanyam Dashakam. A faithful devotee who reads these 10 vows by a certain author, by Śrīla Raghunath Das Goswami, while fixing his mind on the transcendental forms of the dear most divine couple at the proper time, at the proper time, when it's time for him to leave his body, I guess. I don't know. He'll happily attains the realm of Vraj and directly worships Shri Radha Krishna with Shri Rupa and others. Okay. Now, the Govardhan Vas Prarthana Dashakam. And after this, we will begin our our reading. Nijapati Bhujadanda Chatra Bhavam Prapadya प्रतिहतमददृष्टो दण्डदेवेन्द्रगर्व अतुलप्रतुलशैला श्रेणिभूपं प्रिया मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् प्रमदमदनलीला कन्दरे कन्दरे ते रचयति नवयूनोर्द्वन्द्वम् अस्मिन् अमन्दम् इति किल कलनार्थं लग्नकस्तद्वयोर्मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् अनुपममणिवेदी रत्नसिंहासनोर्विरुहजरदरसानो द्रोणिसङ्गेषुरङ्गाय सह बलसखिभिः सह खेलयन् स्वप्रियां मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् रसनिधिनवयोनोर् साक्षिणीं दानकेलिर्द्युतिपरिमलविद्धां श्यामवेदीं प्रकाश्य रसिकवरकुलानां मोदमास्वालयन् मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् हरिदयितमपूर्वं राधिका कुण्डमात्मा प्रियसखमिह कण्ठे नर्मनालिङ्ग्यगुप्ता नवयुगयुगखेलस्तत्र पश्यन् रहो मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् स्थलजलतलशष्पैर्भूरुहश्चायया च प्रतिपरमनुकालं हन्तसंवर्धयङ्गा त्रिजगति निजगोत्रं सार्थकं ख्यापयामि निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् सुरपतिकृतदीर्घ द्रोहतो गोष्ठरक्षां तव नवगृहरूपस्यान्तरे कुर्वतैव अगबकरिपुनोच्चार दत्तमानद्रुतं मे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् गिरिनृपहरिदास श्रेणिवर्येति नाम मृतमिदम् उदितं श्रीराधिकावक्त्रचन्द्र व्रजनवतिलकत्वे क्लिप्तवेदैस्फुटामे निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निजजनयुतराधा कृष्णमैत्रीरसक्त व्रजनरपशुपक्षी व्रातसौख्यैकदाता अगणितकरुणत्वान् मामुरीकृत्य तान्तां निजनिकटनिवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् निरुपरिकरुणेन श्रीशचीनन्दनेन त्वयि कपटिशतोऽपि त्वत्प्रियेणार्पितोऽस्मि इति खलु मम योग्यतां तामगृह्णान् निजनिकटनिवासं Dehi Govardhanatvam. Rasadadashakamasya Śrīla Govardhanasya Kshitidhara Kula Bharturya Prayatna Dadite Sasapari Sukadesmin Vasamasadya Shakshat Shubhada Yugala Seva Ratnamapnoti Turnam Nijanikatani Vasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nijanikatani Vasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. Jaya Giri Raja Jai Govardhana Giri Raja Jai Govardhana Jai Govardhana Jai Vrindavana Govardhana Jai Vrindavana Jai Radha Kunda Jai Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Jai Shama Kunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. All right, Hare Krishna. So it seems like the program takes our Kārtika program, the stotrams and everything, Jayadvani and all that takes about half an hour, a bit less than half an hour. Today I started a bit later. But yeah. So I'm going to read now for 1 hour, just letting you know beforehand. And if anybody needs to leave at any point, that's totally fine. If you want to leave, and you can still listen to the rest later on YouTube, because this is all being streamed on YouTube. Okay. So now we are reading the glories of Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj by his godbrothers and disciples. Let me just check everything's running okay. Okay. Haribo, Rasapriya Didi, and Ganga Mataji. And I see a couple other devotees. Dandavat Pranams. Okay. So, where is it? Yeah, so I put just a few things here from this book, Kriti Ratna. And it went up to 11,000 words. We usually read 5,000 words in a day, so I'll just have to skip around. I haven't chosen where to skip yet, so I'll just do that on the fly, I guess. But first we'll read the condolence speech of Srila Prabhupada, which he spoke on 21st October 1968. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada says, one has to accept the renounced order from another person who is in the renounced order. So I never thought that I shall accept this renounced order of life. In my family life, when I was in the midst of my wife and children, sometimes I was dreaming, my spiritual master, that he's calling me, and I was following him. When my dream was over, I was thinking, I was a little horrified. Oh, Guru Maharaj wants me to become a sannyasi? How can I accept sannyas? At that time, I was feeling not very satisfaction that I have to give up my family and have to become a mendicant. At that time, it was a horrible feeling. Sometimes I was thinking, no, I cannot take sannyas. But again, I saw the same dream. So in this way, I was fortunate. My Guru Mahārāja. And then at this point, Srila Prabhupada begins to cry. His voice is choked up. He says, my Guru Mahārāja pulled me out from this material life. I have not lost anything. He was so kind upon me. I have gained. I left 3 children. And I've got now 300 children. So I am not a loser. This is a material conception. We think that we shall be loser by accepting Krishna. Nobody is loser. I say from practical experience. I was thinking that, how can I accept this renounced order of life? I cannot accept so much trouble. But I retired from my family life. I was sitting alone in Vrindavan, writing books. So this, my godbrother, he insisted me. Bhakti Vedanta Prabhu. This title was given in my family life. It was offered to me by the Vaishnava Society. So he insisted me. Not he insisted me. Practically, my spiritual master insisted me through him that you accept. Because without accepting the renounced order of life, nobody can become a preacher. So he wanted me to become a preacher. So he forced me through this godbrother. You accept. So unwillingly, I accepted. And then I remembered that he wanted me to go to the Western country. So I am feeling now very much obliged to this godbrother, that he carried out the wish of my spiritual master and forced me to accept the sannyas order. So this godbrother, His Holiness Keśava Mahārāja, is no more. He has entered Krishna's abode. So I wish to pass a resolution of bereavement and send them. And I have composed one verse also in this connection in Sanskrit. So you all present, you sign this. I shall send it tomorrow. The verse I have composed, it is in Sanskrit. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam. This Krishna consciousness is Vairagya Vidya. Vairagya Vidya means to become detestful to this material world. That is called Vairagya Vidya. And that is possible simply by this Bhakti Yoga. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Apayayan Mam. So this, just like medicine. The child is afraid of taking medicine. That also I have experienced. In my childhood, when I became ill, I was very stubborn. I won't accept any medicine. So my mother used to force medicine within my mouth with a spoon. I was so obstinate. So anyway, similarly, I did not want to accept this sannyas. I did not want to accept this sannyas order. But this godbrother forced me. You must. Apayayan mam. He forcefully made me to drink this medicine. Anabhipsu andham. Why I was unwilling? Anabhipsu means unwilling. Andham. Andham means one who is blind, who cannot see his future. The spiritual life is the brightest future, but the materialists cannot see it. You see? But the Vaishnavas, the spiritual master, they forcefully, you drink this medicine. You see, apayayan mam anabhipsu andham, Shri Keśava Bhakti Prajñāna nama. So this is my godbrother. His name is Keśava, Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava, Kripam Buddhi. So he did this favor upon me because he was an ocean of mercy. So we offer our obeisances to Vaishnav, Kripam Buddhi. That means ocean of mercy. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha. The Vaishnavas, the representatives of the Lord, they are so kind. They bring the ocean of mercy for distributing to the suffering humanity. Kripambudiryastam aham prapadye. So I am offering my respectful obeisances unto His Holiness, because He forcefully made me adopt this sannyas order. So He is no more in this world. He has entered Krishna's abode. So I am offering my respectful obeisances along with my disciples. On the first day of my sannyas, I never thought, but I remembered that I'll have to speak in English. So I remember on that sannyas day, when there was a reception, so first of all, I spoke in English. So it's not so interesting. And there was probably there weren't any Westerners, obviously, but he's still speaking in English. So it is all arrangement of Krishna, higher authority. We are writing like this, resolved that we, the undersigned members and devotees of International Society of Krishna Consciousness Incorporated, in a condolence meeting under the presidency of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, today, the 21st of October, 1968, at our Seattle branch, express our profound bereavement on hearing the passing of His Divine Grace Om Vishnupad Shishimad Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mahārāja, the Sannyas Guru, preceptor of our spiritual master, and on October 6, 1968, at his headquarter residence in Navadvip, West Bengal. We offer our respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of Śrīla B.P. Keśava Gosvāmī Mj with the following verse composed on this occasion by our spiritual master. So then Srila Prabhupada, he says, this verse I have already explained to you. So I wish that you all sign this, and I will send it tomorrow by airmail. Have you got a pencil? And then a girl, yes. And then there's it's the sound of Srila Prabhupada signing. And that's the end. And in the Kriti Ratna book, you can see this letter. I recognize the names of, I think, more than half the devotees who signed. Because this is very early on. These were all the early disciples. Okay. So now there's the letter of condolence that Srila Prabhupada sent. What time is it now? I wonder, I think maybe I'm going to skip this, even though it's so beautiful. But I have to continue on because I want to get a little bit of every acharya. So if anybody wants to read this, yeah, you can. I like this at the end of his condolence letter, which they published in the in the Bhagavad Patrika. Srila Prabhupada says, if you have any nice photograph of Srila Mahārāja, then kindly send it to me. I will get a life-size oil painting made of it. And along with a picture of Srila Prabhupada, I will place it in my prominent centers, particularly New York, Hollywood, London, and so forth. Isn't that amazing? Srila Prabhupada wanted to have a life-size picture of Srila Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj and all his main centers, along with a picture of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. But that never ended up happening. But that was his desire. It's in writing here. Okay. Now this is Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, a younger godbrother's expression of distress and separation. One second, I'm just looking at the comments. Okay, Mayank Gupta is asking if I can send this so that you can read later. Let's just see. I think if you go on to Google and you type in, what do you type? Type in Kriti Ratna, KRTIRATNA, Kriti Ratna, and then type in purebhakti.com. Let's see if it comes up. There it is, right there. Okay, so if anybody wants to read any of these articles or this one that we just read, type in Kriti Ratna, purebhakti.com, and it's the first thing that comes up. Okay. So, a younger godbrother's expression of distress and separation by Shishimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Shishi Guru Gorango Jayataha. This is written in Shri Gopinath Gauriya Math Ishodhyan, Shri Mayapur, on the 26th of October 1988. Okay, so he wrote this long after the disappearance of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Keśava Gosvāmī Mj, a year before I was born. This is a humble submission by a fallen soul, a servant of the lotus feet of the most worshipable Nitya Lila Pravishta Tridandi Goswami Shri Srimad Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mahārāja on the commemoration of his disappearance day. Pujapad Mahārāja, although today we commemorate your disappearance, once again, although today we commemorate your disappearance, you are eternally absorbed in service to our most worshipful Sri Guru Pad Padma, as you are his intimate associate. You have concealed yourself from our vision, yet you have manifested your eternal pastimes at your dearest place, Sri Dham Navadvip Mayapur. There, at Sri Chaitanya Mat, you are overwhelmed in the bliss of eternal service to Paramaradhya Sri Śrīla Prabhupada. This place is the birthplace of Sriman Mahaprabhu and is non-different from Sri Vrindavan. You are most beloved godbrother and friend. Your most beloved godbrother and friend, Sri Śrīla Naraharida, is also there with you as your prominent assistant in the eternal service of Śrīla Prabhupada. And you'll see, if you look at this book, Kriti Ratna, all throughout this book, Śrīla Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu is mentioned everywhere. Śrīla Prabhupada, our Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he himself writes that the feelings, the pain of separation that he feels from Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu is no less than the pain of separation that he feels from Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada himself. And oh my God, the first article that Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj writes to commence his Gaudiya Patrika, it's mostly about Sri Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu, and it's so heavy, like such intense emotion. He's like he said, my hand can hardly write this. Like it yeah, and Śrīla Bhakti, maybe we can read a little bit about Narahari Seva Vigraha also from So Shri Naraharida is also there with you as your prominent assistant in the service of Śrīla Prabhupada. But yeah, Śrīla Narahari Seva Vigraha, he is like the mother of the Gaudiya Mat. And I think Śrīla Bhakti Santa Gosvāmī Mj, or I forgot who, but he says even when the children would wet their beds, he would, change the sheets, and like he cared for everybody as a mother. That's why he's called the mother of the Gaudiya Mat. Okay. Both of you bless this fallen younger brother. Both of you bless this fallen younger god brother with your affection at the beginning of his mat life. And he receives the opportunity to serve the lotus feet of Śrīla Prabhupada under the guidance of your lotus feet for 3 long years. In those days, you opened up the inexhaustible storehouse of your affection and profusely encouraged your unqualified fallen godbrother in seva. I thought then I would pass my whole life in Sri Dham Mayapur, bound by your affection. And in service, I thought I'd pass my whole life in Sri Dham Mayapur, bound by your affection and in service to Śrīla Prabhupada. But as fate would have it, I ended up living in Kolkata for such a long time. First at Sri Gaudiya Mat in Bagh Bazar, and later, after the disappearance pastime of Śrīla Prabhupada, at Sri Chaitanya Gaudiya Mat, established by our godbrother, Nitya Lila Pravishta Srimad Bhakti Dait Madhav Goswami Maharaj. Now, in the last part of my life, I have once again come to Sri Dham Mayapur, to Sri Gopinath Gaudiya Mat, Ishodhyan, and have been staying here for the last 8 months. Unfortunately, here too, I am passing my time in great distress, being devoid of the association of genuine Vaishnavas well versed in the art of bhajan. Therefore, afflicted with grief, I am praying today at your lotus feet. O Adosha Darshi Vaishnav Thakur, please do not forget your unfortunate younger brother. Despite your not being manifest, please always shower the nectar of your affection upon him, just as you used to. At Katwa, when you accepted the sacred garb of Tridandi Sannyas from Nityalila Pravishta Param Pujapad Tridandi Yati Shishimar Bhakti Rakshak Śrīla B.P. Mahārāja, this fallen one was also present there. I think that by the desire of Pujapad Śrīla Mahārāja, I lit the sacrificial fire. During your manifest pastimes, I occasionally had the good fortune to have your association at places like Sri Devananda Gaudiya Math in Navadvip, Chunchura Math, and Kolkata. Today, I have become completely helpless. I entered the 91st year of my life last October on the 15th, 1988. I am now rather incapacitated and cannot willfully go from one place to another to have the association of Shuddha Bhaktas, and I feel myself cheated of such fortune. In this state, please protect the spiritual life of this fallen younger brother, even though you remain hidden from sight, by nourishing him with the stream of the nectar of your affection. Today, my heartfelt solicitation at your lotus feet is this. O best of those Vaishnavas who do not see the faults of others, by your own magnanimous qualities, please rectify all my known and unknown faults and discrepancies, and bestow upon me the eligibility to engage in eternal service to Sri Śrīla Prabhupada. This is my sole submission at your lotus feet on this auspicious occasion of your disappearance day. Servant of the servant, servant of the servant of the Vaishnavas, Shri Bhakti Pramod Puri. And this article is so beautiful, this next one, also by Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Mj. But I am going to skip it. So you can find it on, by typing in Kriti Ratna Pure Bhakti on Google search. Maybe let's just read one section from it. Okay, I'm just going to read two sections from this, and then I'm just going in a place in the middle. Service to the Dham, the Lord of the Dham, and its residents. When Srila Mahārāja Ji took shelter of the most worshipful Srila Prabhupada's feet, Srila Prabhupada gave him considerable responsibilities to ensure that the service of Mayapur would be executed perfectly. Shri Narahari Seva Vigraha Prabhu, the guardian of Akar Maharaj, Shri Chaitanya Math, was his inseparable and bosom friend. With his counsel, he rendered many types of services to Dhameshwar Shri Gaur Hari and to the residents of the Dham. Due to his birth in a high-class family of landowners, and much more than that, due to the mercy of Shri Guru Angoranga, he was magnanimous at heart. When he saw the sorrows of others, his heart would melt. At that time, he cared for all of Mayapur in a charming manner, without discriminating on the basis of a person's caste or religion. He resolved rights and wrongs in such wonderful ways that all would be pleased. The wrongdoers would become ashamed of their injustices and pray for forgiveness. Due to skillful resolutions he proffered, citizens who were struggling with poverty did not need to squander their money in the government courts. Everyone, from the district magistrates of Nadia to the judges, arbitrators, lawyers, and the school and college teachers, they all knew Shri Vinod Bihari Brahmachari Kriti Ratna, or Vinod Babu, to be a religious, benevolent, virtuous man and a citizen of Nadia town, and they offered him appropriate respect. His auspicious qualities, as befitting a Vaishnav, enchanted everyone. Pleasing Srila Prabhupada, Shri Vinod Bihari Brahmachari would make all the arrangements for Shri Navadip Dham Parikrama and the celebration of Shri Gaur's birth, also for the Shri Dham Pracharini Sabha. That's an assembly established by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur to propagate the glories of Shri Navadip. He set up a printing press, and in 1929, he curated a spiritual exhibit. He oversaw the publication of the daily Nadia, the Dainik Nadia Prakash. Śrīla Bhakti Gosvāmī Mj himself was the main person who oversaw the Dainik Nadia Prakash. But maybe my Param Gurudev also helped a lot. I don't know. Also, it could be his humility, though, that he doesn't ever see himself as a doer. And then he also oversaw the weekly Gaudiya and various scriptures. He supervised the construction of the main road in Sridham Mayapur. Wow. So that main road, when you're in Sridham Mayapur, that was established by my Param Gurudev. That's so cool. He managed the finances and rendered many other services, thus pleasing Prabhupada greatly, even as a brahmachari. Wow, that's amazing though. All the, thousands and thousands and thousands of people who use that road every day, they have my Param Gurudev to thank for that road. Vinoda and Naraharida were bosom friends to all. Just being around them filled everyone's heart with joy. No matter how far away we were for some service or other, as soon as we made plans to return to Mayapur, our hearts became full of happiness. We so craved to see them that our hearts would actually ache. They too were always delighted to see us. I observed the eagerness of our worshipful Prabhupada also to go to Mayapur when he was staying at the Kolkata Mat. And when he arrived in Mayapur, it was as if his soul was soothed and he would find peace. During this time, Vinoda and Naraharida rendered most of the personal service to Prabhupada. In those days, we had the opportunity to hear from the mouth of Prabhupada all the confidential conclusions pertaining to the realm of bhajan. Now that all seems like a dream. Tehi no divasa gata. Those days are long gone. Okay, I'm gonna continue on because otherwise we won't be able to get to everything else. But yeah, you can read the rest of this on the book Kriti Ratna. Okay, now let's just read the last part of this article, Pangs of Separation. A person who fails to comprehend the importance of proper dental care is bound to regret it later. And in regard to Mahārājji, this is our condition today. He who possesses all good qualities, who is full of enthusiasm, and who teaches through his ideal example, has disappeared, causing us to experience a deep anguish that is not possible to describe in words. And separation from a godbrother such as he, who has returned back to Sri Guru, Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, and Gordham, our hearts are completely overwhelmed. Our sorrowful prayer at his lotus feet is that he may be pleased with us. Seeing the suffering that his disciples are feeling in separation from him, we are also full of anguish. According to his wishes, Tridandi Swami Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj, as the president and acharya of the society, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj as the vice president, and Srimad Bhaktivedanta Trivikra Maharaj as secretary, are perfectly managing all the tasks of his mission. Even after his departure, the sevaks of the Mat are giving their very lives in an endeavor to serve, and are thus continuing to please him. This matter brings great joy and pride to our hearts. Okay, so that was in the Sri Bhagavad Patrika, year 41, issue 12. What time is it now? Okay, it's 8 o'clock. We have half an hour left. Okay, I'm not sure if we'll have time to read this full. Let's see how many words are left and actually in everything that I found. One second, I'm just deleting this so that I can get a word count. And I can know how much we can read. Yeah, no, we'll have to skip like half of what I selected. Okay, so a lowly servant's grief-stricken offering. Respected readers, this is by Śrīla Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj. And Śrīla Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj, during the time of Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he was just a young boy in the Math. He, along with Śrīla Vaman Goswami Maharaj, they both went to what is the school called? The Bhakti Vinod Institute. And so they were the children of the Math. Okay, so he says, respected readers, today, on the supremely sanctified occasion of the 100th anniversary of the appearance of Param Pujapad Nitya Lila Pravishta Shri Srimad Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj, I have been instructed to glorify him in terms of his many qualities. In order to purify myself, I will only relate whatever I have personally perceived and experienced of his life and character, and nothing else. One second, just looking at the comments. What was his brahmachari name? His brahmachari name was Radharaman Brahmachari. And there are two other brahmacharis at that time. There's Śrīla Vaman Goswami Maharaj, who was Sajan Sevak, or Santosh. And then there is Śrīla Bhakti Kumud Santa Goswami Maharaj, who was Radharaman Brahmachari. And then Śrīla Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, he was also a child in the Math at that time. And who's another one? Śrīla Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj. What was his name? I know it's not coming to my mind right now. Anyways, yeah. And then they all became acharyas. I was fortunate to have received the full shelter of Sri Gurudev's, Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's lotus feet at the age of 11. Okay, so he's 11 years old. Śrīla Vaman Goswami Maharaj was 8 or 9 years old. At that time, I was living in the rented Kolkata Math at number 1 Ultadanga Junction Road and studying at primary school. And now that number 1 Ultadanga Junction Road, ISKCON just managed to get, anyways, you've heard me talk about this before, I think. But yeah, if you're ever in Kolkata, you have to go to number 1 Ultadanga Junction Road. It's right next to our Math, actually, in Kolkata. And it's beautifully maintained by ISKCON. For a long time, we didn't have access to it. And then finally, ISKCON was able to acquire it. Okay. Later, I stayed in the Math in Mayapur and studied Harinamamritya Vyakaranam. At that time, the present Acharya of Sri Gaurivedanta Samiti, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj, was my classmate. We lived together, studying, serving, and so on. Since then, I had the good fortune to be extremely close to Param Pujapad Shri Srimad Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Maharaj. Vinoda and Naraharida's ideal character, Guru Nishta, Guru Seva, and Bhajan. In those days, all the residents of the Math affectionately addressed him as Vinoda. Da is how you say elder brother. So, Hari Bol Chatamai Mataji. I didn't notice you before, sorry. And Dauji and Anadi Krishnabu, and yeah. Oh, and Jai Shri Didi, sorry. Okay. So yeah, they all affectionately addressed him as Vinoda. I also called him
Thank
Vinoda.
you, Madhukar. It's nice to see you again. Radhe,
Hare
Radhe.
Krishna. Radhe, Radhe. Dandavats. So I also called him Vinoda. He had not yet taken sannyas. As the property manager in Sri Dham Mayapur, he took full charge of overseeing the estate. He was rather debonair and would ride a horse to tend to estate affairs. We see a picture of him standing next to, what is his name? Sir John Anderson or whatever, and wearing like a black suit and a turban. I think everybody's seen that picture, right? It says, Western civilization must be crushed. Anyways, okay. So Vinoda naturally commanded so much authority that we were somewhat intimidated by the very sight of him. Although he was a brahmachari, all the sannyasis and senior godbrothers treated him with particular respect. At the time, Srila Prabhupada's dear servant, Pujapad Shripad Narahari Prabhu, looked after the Math in Mayapur. He was, in a way, the mother of the Math. we all addressed him as Prabhu. He had a very accommodating nature and cared for all the youngsters in the mutt with great affection. We therefore spoke with him openly and without inhibition. The grave and somber Vinoda and the simple and straightforward Sri Narahari Prabhu made an astonishing transcendental combination. Together, they enlivened us all with their ideal character and their exemplary faith in Guru, service to Guru, and practice of bhajan. So much so that till today, we have not deviated from the realm of bhajan. Theirs was a great friendship. Shripad Naraharida was always loudly chanting the names of Hari throughout the day, wherever he went, busy with various tasks in service to the mutt. But we did not know what he did at night. One evening, I woke unexpectedly and saw that he was wrapped in chanting japa of the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, in a gentle yet stricken tone. I then saw, to my surprise, that his shika was tied by a rope to a peg in the wall. I knew it was not appropriate to disturb his harinam, so I went back to sleep. In the morning, I offered obeisances at his lotus feet with great sincerity and inquired, Prabhu, why do you have your shika tied to a peg in the wall last night while you were performing bhajan? He dismissed me affectionately, saying, Go and study. You won't understand all this just yet. And then he continued, You see, I'm busy all day with various services in the mutt, so I don't get any time to chant Harinam. At night, when chanting, I tie my shika to a peg in the wall so that laziness and sleep do not overcome me. Such was his astonishing conviction in performing sadhan and bhajan. Worshipful Vinoda was a very grave and munificent person, devoted to bhajan. From the beginning, he was well versed in Vedanta and other scriptures. He would stun everyone with his philosophical views, which were replete with the conclusions of Bhakti, and with his irrefutable logic. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead. I'm just going to read to the end. I'm just going to read this last part because we have, otherwise we won't be able to get to Śrīla Gosvāmī Mj's and Śrīla Gurudev's glorification. So, it is true to say that I have received the affection and mercy of Pujapad Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj. However, today, on his 100th anniversary, as I look into my heart, it seems that I have not even come close to emulating his exalted example, nor have I completely or properly followed it. Be that as it may, he is compassionate and loving. On this sacred 100th anniversary of his appearance, I prostrate myself at his lotus feet and beg him to shower his merciful blessings on me, so that my life too will be filled with bhajan, and I will finally arrive at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. There is much to write about him, and there are many qualified and accomplished writers. I do not want to deprive them of space in the book by writing too much. In conclusion, I only wish to say that today, this fallen and lowly person considers himself fortunate to have had the opportunity to offer his fervent supplication at the lotus feet of Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj. May he be merciful to me. I am now 84 years old. The time has come for me too to depart from this world. Thus, on this occasion, I offer my Puspanjali at his lotus feet and conclude my homage, praying for mercy, the fallen servant, Shri Bhakti Kumud Santa. All right. Now, these here are just some excerpts from an article by Śrīla Gosvāmī Mj. This is actually like more than twice as long, and I just took a little chunk in the middle. Yeah. So Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Gosvāmī Mj. Okay. Srila Guru Maharaj displayed unparalleled love and sympathy for his godbrothers. Many godbrothers came to visit him, and just from the way they addressed him affectionately, either as Vinoda or Keśava Maharaj, he could tell what their situation was and help them as best he could, either financially or otherwise. Meanwhile, he personally never expected any financial assistance. He thus generously and selflessly gave thousands of rupees to help others. We can confidently say that he had great love for his godbrothers, Satirtha Vatsalya. Śrīla Bhakti Mahārāja Gosvāmī Mj is also like that. He's also glorified like that. All sorts of people would come to see him, scholars, those who prided themselves as being devotees, the ignorant, the clever, children, youths, and the elderly. But when they saw his gentle, calm appearance, heard his grave and authoritative voice, and beheld his slight smile and beautiful face, they would all forget their various motives and demands. Even when refuting impersonal logicians, he never humiliated them, but always preserved their dignity. Many people, influenced by ulterior motives, sought his advice on various matters. But they could not take to heart the true power of such a saintly personality who is so exclusively devoted to Krishna. How can ordinary people grasp the transcendental behavior of eternally perfected great souls? Generally, people do not and cannot understand when a great soul is bestowing mercy and when he is deluding them. His view was, no one in this world is an object of my attachment or indifference. All are instrumental in serving Guru and Krishna. This is the transcendent perspective of a Mahabhagavat. As mentioned previously, Srila Guru Maharaj's novelty and speciality were evident in the execution of his every act. On either side of Narahari Toran, the main gate of Sri Gauri Vedanta Samiti's main preaching center, Sri Devananda Gaudiya Math in Navadvip, he placed sculptures he had fashioned of a lion subduing a rogue elephant, which symbolizes the destruction of atheism, Pashanda Gajaika Singha, thus praising Sri Chaitanya Chandra as the enemy of Mura and the tradition of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. Srila Gurudev's close godbrother, Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, awarded him with that same title, Pashanda Gajaika Singha, and would address him as such. It was as if he were always ready, sword in hand, to defeat Mayavadis and other opponents of Shuddha Bhakti. Regarding such entities as his eternal enemies, he made an unshakable vow to uproot Sri Shankar's Advaitavad or Mayavad from this world. He clearly expressed this determination in his letters, essays, articles, commentaries, explanations, statements, and lectures. The revered Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj would say to Srila Guru Parma, said, "When I see you, I am reminded of Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Anyone whose darshan makes the memory of Srila Gurudev appear in the mind is the Guru Sarup. He is the embodiment of Guru and the greatest of all Mahabhagavats." It is said that all of Krishna's qualities appear in his devotees. Srila Acharya Dev had not passed exams in law or engineering, but he would give legal advice to lawyers and barristers, and he would also advise engineers. Many expert engineers were amazed to learn that the tilak-marked sky-high temple of the main Math was constructed according to Srila Guru Maharaj's instructions and design. Jagat Guru Srila Saraswati Thakur had said, "Protecting service to Srimati Radharani is essential to protecting our sacred lineage." By service to Srimati Radharani, he was referring to protecting the mats and temples from the clutches of sense enjoyers and wicked persons by means of litigation in courts of law. Srila Guru Padma followed the instructions of his most worshipable Srila Prabhupada and accepted the responsibility of protecting the mission by legal means. Even Prabhupada was amazed by his astonishing talent and power of memory. Once, during an argument with some lawyers, Srila Guru Maharaj's godbrother, Srila Madhav Maharaj asked him, "When did you study law so well that you can fight with lawyers and persuade them to accept your point of view?" He never condoned laziness in the name of performing solitary bhajan. On the contrary, he instructed everyone to cultivate Krishna Bhakti in the association of sadhus by body, mind, and words. He taught by his own exemplary practice that one attains all perfection and absorption in Krishna Prem only by Sri Harinam. To his disciples, he demonstrated by his own perfect example that one can conquer hunger, thirst, and the destructive tendencies of the five senses by loud kirtan day and night of the 16-name Hare Krishna Mahamantra, either by chanting a fixed number of rounds or chanting incessantly. He taught that although Śrīla Kaviraj Goswami says, "I am lower than a worm in stool," while Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur says, "I will kick the head of such people, those averse to Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas, or to one who disregards my nitai." So he taught that although Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, "I'm lower than a worm in stool," and Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur says, "I'll kick him on the head," one should know both statements to have the same purport, conveying true humility that benefits the soul. With this understanding, there's an amazing article, actually. It was in one of the Hindi Bhagavat Patrikas, where he's talking about. Anyways, maybe I can find that sometime. It's on this topic also. With this understanding, one should receive initiation into the dharma of offering respect to one and all without expecting any honor in return, and chant Krishna Nam. The exalted and profound sentiments he expressed in regard to his object and method of worship, Upasya Tattva, establish him simultaneously as both a bhajananandi, one who delights in bhajan, and a goshtanandi, one who delights in propagating bhakti. His mercy in acting to liberate jivas from the burden of their anarthas was causeless. The doors of his temples and mats were always open for the benefit of people trying to perform Hari Bhajan. His endeavors to serve his Vaishnav peers were without limit, and he was only satisfied once he served them perfectly. The best introduction to his supermundane character is given in the books that he wrote to destroy Mayavad, in his poems, philosophical articles, and so on, and in the profound lectures on spiritual philosophy he delivered at various assemblies. Let's see, how much longer is this? Okay, I'll just finish this off because we're at the end. He took full shelter of Srila Saraswati Prabhupada's instructions, was eternally established in the conceptions of Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and always relished the concepts preached by Sri Rupa and Raghunath. Thus he remained immersed in the pleasure of serving Shri Gaur Radha Vinod Bihariji. He would always try to engage his disciples in Hari Katha and Hari Kirtan, and he instructed them to avoid mundane conversation or the urge to speak mentioned in Sri Upadeshamrita. No one could give Srila Guru Pad Padma any foodstuffs or clothes, no matter how hard they tried. He never accepted any donations or deeds of properties from his own widowed followers, and he would not allow his disciples to accept such charity either. On the other hand, he never hesitated to bestow mercy even when it was not asked for. To inspire enthusiasm to serve Guru and Vaishnavas, he sometimes accepted simple offerings. Contemplating the perils of those who were attached to their families, he would always warn his renunciate disciples by describing the Prakrita Sahajiyas as Ghara Pagla, or madly attached to their home, and Grihi Bhala, household mendicants. He used to quote the statement from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 278. Vishayir anna khaile malin hoiman, malin man hoile nahe, Krishner smaran. If one eats food given by materialists, the mind becomes contaminated. And when the mind is contaminated, one cannot remember Krishna. And in the Swaniyam Dashakam and Swaniyam Dadashakam by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, every day that we're reciting this, it mentions this in a couple places. Following this principle, he strictly forbade any exchange or contact with the sampradayas of those who tried to enjoy Guru and his property, Guru Bhogis and those who renounce Guru, Guru Tyagis. By his own example, he taught his disciples to practice renunciation of enjoyment for the pleasure of Krishna. Yeah, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Navairagyam grahyam bhavati nahiyar bhakti janitam. I do not accept vairagya that is not born from bhakti. By his own example, he taught his disciples to practice renunciation of enjoyment for the pleasure of Krishna. During Shri Urja Vrat, Shri Purushottam Vrat, and other occasions of observing strict vows, he would instruct his disciples to give up their craving for nice meals and to practice renunciation by sleeping on the ground and eating like a cow, that is, without using one's hands. Okay, and the article goes on for a lot longer, but those are just a few excerpts. Okay, so what time is it now? Oh, okay, I think we have just enough time to be able to read this article by my Srila Gurudev. So, Shishi Guru Gorango Jayata, heralding auspiciousness for the entire world on the occasion of Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajacharya Varya Ashtotarashatashi Śrīla Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj's 67th appearance day. Okay, so this is written by my Gurudev while he was still manifest on this world. His 67th appearance day. Wow, he wasn't so old in this one. Srila Acharya Dev ki Kripa Vishishta Kusum Chayanika. A collection of flowers, the speciality of Srila Acharya Dev's mercy. Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Mahārāja. I offer obeisances unto Om Vishnupad, Namom Vishnuparaya, Shri Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava, Shri Prabhupada Preshtaya, Gora Parshada Rupine. Wow, I've never seen that verse before. I offer obeisances unto Om Vishnupad, Shri Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava, dearly beloved of Srila Prabhupada and associate of Gaur Hari. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishta Paripuraka Murtaye Gaura Sarasvatamnaya Acharyaya Namo Namaha. You are the personified fulfillment of Shri Chaitanya's innermost desires, teacher of the divine Gaura Saraswat message. I bow repeatedly unto you. Guranuragine tubhyam Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Swarupaya Namo Namaha. You are possessed of profound attachment for Shri Siddhanta Saraswati, and you are the personification of Shri Gaura's compassion potency. I bow unto you. Shri Rupa Nuga Siddhanta Vipakshi Mukhamardine Krishna Tattva Gyar Samraje Kriti Ratnaya Te Namaha. You subdue and rectify those who antagonize the conclusions of the Rupanugas. You are the sovereign of those acquainted with the truth of Krishna, and you are Kriti Ratna. You are Kriti Ratna, which means each of your accomplishments is an exquisite jewel. I bow unto you. How many flowers? Let's see. So this is an offering. What is it? Kusum Chayanika. It's an offering of flowers. So let's see how many flowers there are. I'm just curious. He offers 8 flowers. Okay. 8 different glories. Okay, so first flower. It says first flower. Oops. I hope that didn't go in the book like that. That would be really embarrassing. Okay. First flower. I address you, who fulfilled the heartfelt ambitions of Srila Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. You are his beloved companion and foremost of his heirs. Following Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada's disappearance pastime, the Rupanuga Saraswat Gaudiya current was forced to progress along a treacherous path, rife with innumerable obstacles. Srila Prabhupada's genuine servants were severely tested. These stories about this are heartrending. In that period, The preaching centers Srila Prabhupada had established began closing down one by one. The publications of spiritual periodicals in Bengali, Hindi, English, and Sanskrit, namely the Gaudiya, Bhagavat, the Harmonist, and Sajantoshini, stopped. The worldwide reverberations of the Brihad Mridanga, our printing press that established literature concerning pure devotion, also ceased. Pilgrimages to Sri Dham Navadip, Raj Mandal, Kshetra Mandal, and other places dwindled into obscurity. Those brahmacharis and others living in the Mat, whose faith was too tender, gave up the Mat lifestyle. Without shelter, they returned to their previous ashrams, their previous stations in life. Some of the brahmacharis and sannyasis scattered here and there and began performing bhajan in solitude, idly passing their lives somehow or other. Everyone became passive and bewildered, through and through. During these dark days of Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnavism, you established the Sri Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. On Srila Prabhupada's order, received in a dream, you accepted Tridandi Sannyas and Sri Katwa, the sacred spot where Sriman Mahaprabhu enacted his sannyas lila. Wow, so that happened for my Param Gurudev and for Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Taking a firm vow to fulfill Srila Prabhupada's innermost desire and preach the message of Shri Gaur Hari, Gaur Vani, you freed the checked flow of the Saraswat current and spread it not only throughout all of Bengal, but also Bihar, Assam, Orissa, Uttar Pradesh, and other places all over India. You were the first to revive Sri Navadip Parikrama and start publishing the monthly spiritual magazine Sri Gaudiya Patrika once again. You were even the first to revive pilgrimages to Vrajmandal, Kshetra Mandal, Dwarka Dham, Badri Narayan Dham, Naimisharanya, and the holy places of South India, by which you reinitiated the preaching of Gaur Vani everywhere. Revived and enthused by these actions, you took to preach bhakti, your godbrothers followed your example. The Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnava family is and always will be in your debt for restoring momentum to the virtually extinct current of Saraswat Vaishnavism. I offer repeated obeisances unto your lotus feet, which are more soothing than millions of moons and which inspire fearlessness. Says Seth Flower, second flower. It's so weird. I wonder why that happened. Anyways, second flower. Srila Saraswati Gosvāmī Thakur was a direct associate of Sri Gaur. Once you heard his message of pure devotion, you could not bear to be separated from him. And though still in your tender teenage years, you gave up, as if they were bits of straw, the love of your doting mother, the infatuation of friends, grand opulence and wealth befitting a king, the desire for prestige, and the thrills of an upper-class education, and offered yourself wholeheartedly at the feet of your Sri Guru, thereby becoming supremely dear to him. In the early days of preaching Sri Gaura's message, when there were only 3 or 4 people living in the Mat with Srila Prabhupada, and he was conceiving of his wide-reaching plan to establish centers around the world to preach pure devotion, he would say with firm conviction, "This Vinoda will manage all of these centers." Srila Prabhupada would engage you in intimate and confidential services. He was so pleased with you that he adorned you with the title Kriti Ratna, he whose achievements are veritable jewels, which was a divine utterance of Vani of blessing, indicative of devotion. When the rogues of Kuliya, antagonists of pure religion, made their atrocious attack, you repeated the ideal of Guru Seva as shown once before by Sri Ramanujacharya's prominent disciple Sri Kuresh, who is the exemplar of a Guru Sevak. We read about that yesterday. By subduing various disruptive individuals and factions who oppose the practice of devotion, you served Sri Gaur's divine name, Sri Gaur Nam, Sri Gaur's holy abode, Sri Gaur Dham, and Shri Gaura's heartfelt desires, Shri Gaura Kam in so many ways, which was the cherished desire, the manobhishta of your Shri Guru, and you continue to do so. O you who are the dearly beloved of your Guru and foremost of acharyas, I offer my respects millions and millions of times onto your lotus feet. The third flower. The first time you led Sri Dham Purikama, after Srila Prabhupada orchestrated his pastime of disappearance, you were victimized by the Kulangars, those who brought disgrace to the Saraswat Vaishnava family, who were antagonistic to Guru and Vaishnavas. Yet, you nevertheless exemplified the model of tolerance, that is, taror iva suhishnuta, being more tolerant than a tree. Despite an onslaught of unwarranted cutting remarks of blank, the name was redacted, you displayed the pinnacle of humility, trinada pi sunicha, more humble than a blade of grass, manada, deference, and amani, modesty, resulting in the palpable bewilderment and astonishment of your godbrothers in recounting the said events. Satisfied by the modest service of your surrendered and exclusively devoted disciple, Ananga Mohan Brahmachari, you blessed him with the attainment of love for Krishna and Krishna's divine abode, thereby establishing the blazing ideal of protecting and nurturing one's dependents. Hearts as dry as wood or stone melt upon remembering you. Seeing your disciples experience even the slightest difficulty causes you great distress, and you are always endeavoring to fortify them with the scientific knowledge of their relationship with Krishna. You are the concentration of Shri Gaura's compassion. You are the personified form and preceptor of the statement, Kirtaniya Sada Hari, constantly sing and chant the glories and names of Hari. I surrender my all unto your lotus feet. And it is 8:30 now, so if anybody needs to go, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for joining. You could always listen later on YouTube. Don't think there's so much left, but yeah. And yeah, just wanted to mention that. Okay. So I surrender my all unto your lotus feet. Fourth flower. You encompass the specialities of your predecessor acharyas while remaining luminous in your own speciality and originality. You establish Sri Gauri Vedanta Samiti to correct the common erroneous notions that the purport of Vedanta Sutra is Nirvishesh Gyan, monism, and that the followers of Shankar's doctrine are Vedantists. You establish it to propagate the fact that Vedanta Sutra's true and only purport is Krishna Bhakti, and that Vaishnavas, specifically Saraswat Gaudiya Vaishnavas, are the true Vedantists. Preserving the distinction of your own bona fide Tridandi lineage, and at the same time, preserving the special contributions of previous acharyas, you manifested the tradition of the Bhakti Vedanta name. You are non-different from Sri Jiva Goswami, Sri Baladev Vijabhushan, and Srila Saraswati Thakur in the way you devise ever new, wondrous, and unassailable arguments that refute Mayavad and various misguided anti-Bhakti sects, and complement your Swapaksha, your family. We repeatedly perform arti to your lotus feet. Fifth flower. Armed with the resolute evidence from scripture and wielding the razor-sharp weapons of your invincible arguments, you shattered the foundations of Sahajiyasm, thereby delighting Srila Prabhupada and his dear associates. In Mayavad Ki Jivani, you pulverized the fortress of Mayavad by the force of your innovative arguments and scriptural evidences, proving that it is really covert Buddhism. You have displayed your dedication to following in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami and your wondrous power of creativity in the following articles. Shri Janmashtamir Darshanik Alochana, a philosophical study of Shri Janmashtami. Pradeep Shikha, the lamp's flame, the introduction to Shri Prem Pradeep. Amar Vaktavya, the introduction to Shri Rupa Nuga Bhajan Sampat. I translated that one, Amar Vaktavya. Chalani O Shucha, the sieve and the needle. With one profound little article, Nimbaditya and Nimbarka are not the same person. You silenced all the misguided, baseless chatter of those relishing Nimbaras, which also means bitter neem juice. Your book, Achinta Bheda Bhed, served as a razor-sharp trident. Oh, and Srivas translated all these articles of Achinta Bheda Bhed. You can find them on bigdrum.us. I think it was like 24 articles. I think it was 24 articles, or maybe it was 12 articles. I can't remember if he did it for 1 year or 2 years, but every month he put another article in this Achinta Bheda Bhed book. So your book, Achinta Bheda Bhed, served as a razor-sharp trident to dismember the three-headed demon of those who betrayed your guru, Vasudev, Sundarananda, and the prominent Sahajya Haridas, and their philosophies, which were opposed to the current of Sri Saraswat Gaudiya conceptions. Thus, you served Srila Prabhupada's cherished ambitions and accomplished the grand task of protecting the Sampradaya. In Assam, with the most formidable fortress of the Hankar Sampradaya and a huge assembly, you refuted all their unfounded arguments like a fearless lion, establishing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Bhagavan himself and the preeminence of pure devotion. At the Akhila Bhangiya Sanskrit Sammelan, the Bengal-wide Sanskrit conference in Chunchura, you showed no concern for public opinion by refuting the karma and gyan that are opposed to the Lord, as well as Mayavad and other misguided philosophies. You then established pure devotion to Krishna, thus highlighting your role as Acharya and preaching the uncompromising truth. I offer my repeated obeisances unto your lotus feet, O Acharya Keshari, line like a teacher. Sixth flower. When you read the description of Sri Rathayatra from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita during the grand festival of Sri Rathayatra, you became submerged in the ocean of Vipralamba Ras and began to weep, causing all the listeners to weep. You display such humility when extolling Srila Prabhupada's glories in front of his Samadhi temple in Sri Dham Mayapur, that even hearts as hard as thunderbolts melt and seep out through the channels of their eyes. O foremost of acharyas, you are the personification of the ocean of Vipralamba Ras, and you hold the message of Sri Rupa and Raghunath so dear. I offer millions upon millions of obeisances unto your lotus feet, which are venerated by the hosts of demigods. Seventh flower. In Sri Navadip Dham, which is Vraj, on the island of Sri Koladvip, which is Sri Govardhan, in the region of the island that corresponds to the Rasastali, you established the presiding deity of that part of the Dham, Sri Sri Koladev, in the Samiti's main temple. There you manifested the wondrous Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari, Krishna embraced by Shri Radha, who is absorbed in the infinite ocean of Vipralamba Ras and imbued with the exalted state of divine love referred to as Adiruddha Mahabhav. On the one hand, in a splendorous and unprecedented manner, you demonstrated your role as an acharya in the line of Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī, and on the other, you revealed your own magnificent speciality and originality. O Rupanuga Acharya, may you be forever victorious. Okay, now this is the last flower. Eighth flower. In an astonishing way, you have revealed the ideal of Guru Nishta and the most sublime principles of Guru Tattva in the verses of Srila Prabhupada Arati, conviction in Sri Gaura Krishna in the verses of Sri Sri Gaur Govinda Mangal Arati, conviction in Sri Vrindadevi in the verses of Sri Tulsi Arati, and Guru Nishta Upasya Tattva, the truth of the deity, Upasya Nishta, faith in the deity, and Achinta Bheda Bheda Tattva, the truth of simultaneous oneness and difference, all together, and Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Tattvashtaka. These songs are great, invaluable, and immortal gems of Gaudiya Vaishnava literature and contain the most sublime illustrations of confidential philosophical truths, profound scholarship, peerless esoteric expertise, rasikata, and that fathomless flavor of love called Vipralamba, longing and separation. In order to spread the message of Sri Chaitanya all over this planet Earth, you convened the grand sacrifice, the Mahayagya of Sankirtan. O most exalted of the teachers in the line of Śrīla B.P, on the occasion of your appearance and its celebration, my sole fervent prayer at your lotus feet is that I too may be able to offer my life as mere kindling and fulfilling this great sacrifice, which is your cherished ambition. O ocean of compassion and foremost of acharyas, the specialities of your mercy are blossoms of divinity, infinite and innumerable. Never could they be counted. I have plucked but a few petals from them, and in a childish effort, I have attempted to worship your feet in the way that one makes oblations of Ganga water into the Ganga herself. Kindly reveal a glimpse of your transcendental message within my heart, and grant me the eligibility to serve your dearest ambitions. Praying for mercy, Chidandi Swami Bhaktivedanta Narayan. This is published in Sri Bhagavat Prajñāna, Year 9, Issue 12, 1963. Jai Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Keśava Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Jai Śrīla Gurudeva ki Jai. All right. Well, we are way over time. I'll just do a quick Mahamantra, quick Jaidvani, and then we'll end. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shishi Guru Garangandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Shri Yashoda Damodar ki Jai. Shri Radha Damodar ki Jai. Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shri Param Gurudev ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Prajñāna Keśava Gosvāmī Mj Param Gurudev ki Jai. All of his godbrothers, all the disciples of Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Jai Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan ki Jai. Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai. Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigan ki Jai. Swaparsha Jigor Hari ki Jai. Kārtika Vrat Niyam Seva ki Jai, Urja Vrat ki Jai, Urjeshwari Raseshwari Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani ki Jai, Shri Harinama Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devi, Priyai Keśava Krishna Bhakti Padadevi Satyavataya Namo Namo. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Oh, I think I missed from the Jaidvani. All the followers and disciples of the followers of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Keśava Gosvāmī Mj ki Jai, headed by Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosvāmī Mj, Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj, and my Śrīla Gurudev Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosvāmī Mj ki Jai. All right, Hari Bol, everybody. Dandavat pranams. Gokuleshwari Didi, Chatamai Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Mayank Gupta ji, and let's see on YouTube and Facebook who is there. Rasapriya Didi, Ganga Mataji, Pramila Mataji, and I see there are 5 devotees there on YouTube and Facebook. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining and letting me do such a long reading today. Went way over time today, but all the programs following this will be under an hour, less than an hour even. Just today, because we had to, we couldn't skip the glories of Śrīla Bhaktivedanta Keśava Gosvāmī Mj, and there's so much to get through. So tomorrow, I think I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Maybe I'll go over the next verse of Govardhan Vaspartana Dashakam. We'll see. All right. If anybody wants to keep up to date with what any announcements and any all that, you can join our WhatsApp group, the Bhakti Vinod Giti Dhara WhatsApp group. All right. Hare Krishna, everybody. Oh, and Anari Kusharu, I didn't get a chance to look at the articles you sent, but I see you sent an article, Bengali one of Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and my Param Guru Śrīla Bhakti Keśava Gosvāmī Mj. They're what they spoke on Kārtika Vrat. So I will check that out. Maybe we could also read something from that. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Dandavat pranams, everybody. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.